Good evening, you're watching Independent News. I am Sadia Rahman. Before we go into the details, here's a quick look at the headlines. Jail killing day today. 37 years after the killings, families of the 4 slain national leaders still await completion of the trial. The ruling Awami League says it has no objection to holding talks with the BNP on the form of government during the next general election. Opposition chief Khaleda Zia returns from her week-long India tour. She terms the tour highly successful. Today is Jail Killing Day, a dark day in the history of Bangladesh. On this day in 1975, 4 national leaders, Soyud Nazrul Islam, Tajuddin Ahmed, Captain M. Mansur Ali and AHM Kamruzaman were murdered while they were imprisoned in Dhaka Central Jail. Families of the slain leaders alleged that a proper trial of the jail killing could not be implemented, even though 37 years have passed.
Sayyid Nazrul Islam was the first acting president of the country. Tajuddin Ahmed was the first prime minister, while Captain M. Mansur Ali and AHM Kamruzaman served as cabinet members. After the assassination of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman on the 15th of August 1975, these 4 close aides of Bangabandhu were imprisoned. On the 3rd of November the same year, these leading political figures of the country were murdered inside Dhaka Central Jail. Family members of these 4 leaders have now reached influential positions in the society. Sayyid Nazrul Islam's son Sayyid Ashraful Islam is the LGRD and Cooperatives Minister and also the General Secretary of ruling Awami League. Tajuddin Ahmed's wife Zohra Tajuddin is an Awami League Presidium member. Their son Sohel Taj was an Awami League MP and former State Minister for Home. Tajuddin's daughter Simin Hussain Rimi is a Parliament member. AHM Kamruzaman's son Khairuzaman Liton is the incumbent mayor of Rajshahi City Corporation. Muhammad Nasim, the former Home Minister, is the son of Captain M. Mansur Ali. Mansur Ali's grandson Tanveer Shakil Joy is an MP. They say that despite their efforts, the trial of jail killing continues to linger.
To eliminate the anti-liberation thoughts, these trials are necessary. The nation must be relieved of this burden.
We don't want
to ask in the next November why the trial has not been completed. We want the appeal process to complete within the shortest possible time, and through completion of the trial, the nation is to be freed from this burden. The trial of Bangabandhu murder was also delayed, but it was finally completed. We also want that the trial of the jail killing case is completed.
In the last 37 years, the jail killing trial was only carried out properly during the tenure of Sheikh Hasina. The trial process began after Hasina became the Prime Minister in 1996. There are allegations that others who came to power interrupted the trial process.
If people like us don't see a trial taking place, just imagine how helpless the general people of this country are. So many injustices take place every day. Where would they find their solace?
The issue of general people getting justice also comes into question through this. The trial should be completed to reassure people that in this country people won't have to keep waiting for justice.
The hearing on the jail killing case is expected to begin at the Supreme Court soon. The prosecution will file an appeal in this regard to the country's highest court within a day or 2.
In 2004, a Dhaka court delivered the verdict in the jail killing case, giving death penalty to 3 fugitives, Moslamuddin, Marfat Ali Shah and Abul Hashim Mridha. 12 others were sentenced to life, while BNP leader KM Obaidur Rahman, Shah Muazzam Hussain, Nurul Islam Manjur and Tahiruddin Thakur were acquitted. Later in 2008, the High Court upheld the death penalty of 1 fugitive and acquitted 2 other death row convicts. The government filed a leave to appeal petition with the Supreme Court against the High Court verdict. The prosecution was asked to submit the case summary within 30 days. Principal State Counsel in the case, Anisul Haq, submitted the summary after 1 year and 8 months. Anisul Haq said they are ready for the appeal hearing.
যেখানে পরিষ্কারভাবে 10 জন সাক্ষ্য দিয়ে গেছে
When 10 people testified that at least 4 men entered Dhaka Central Jail that night in response to a Bongo Bhavan directive, I can't understand why only one person was awarded death penalty for the killings.
এই হত্যার দায় জন্য তারা সাজা দিলেন এটা আমি এখন পর্যন্ত বুঝতে পারি না
Defense lawyer Abdullah Al Mamun said that the government has decided to appoint lawyers for the fugitives.
যাবজ্জীবন পেয়েছেন পলাতক তাদের পক্ষ
The government does not need to appeal for those sentenced to life or for those who are fugitives. It is needed only in case of a death penalty. As no appeal was filed against the district court verdict, the judgment is still valid.
জাজের রায়টা ওইটাই তাদের ক্ষেত্রে এখনো বলবৎ রয়ে গেছে
Principal State Counsel in the case, Anisul Haq, said that they do not know the whereabouts of two fugitives, Marfat Ali Shah and Abul Hashim Mridha.
The ruling Awami League has paid tribute to the 4 killed national leaders who were close aides of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. As part of the Jail Killing Day programs, the Awami League raised national and party flags at the Bangabandhu Museum in the capital this morning. Later, Cabinet members and Central Awami League leaders under the leadership of the Deputy Leader in Parliament, Sayyida Sajida Chaudhry, placed wreaths at the portrait of Bangabandhu. They also placed wreaths at the graves of the 4 national leaders. Other leaders and activists of Awami League and its associate bodies were also present. Meanwhile, Home Minister M.K. Alamgir has said that the government will take legal action against those who have destroyed evidence of the jail killings and have delayed court proceedings. He made the comment after visiting the place inside Dhaka Central Jail where 4 leaders were murdered in 1975. The place has recently been transformed into a museum.
Creating obstacles to justice is a punishable offence. Legal actions will be taken against those who will be found to have created obstacles to justice. Action will be taken after the disposal of this case.
LGRD and Cooperatives Minister Soyud Ashraful Islam has said that the government has no objection to sitting with the main opposition BNP to discuss the electoral system for the next general election. He said this after placing floral wreaths at the graves of 4 national leaders in the capital today. Soyud Ashraf also said that the ruling Awami League will hold a press briefing soon to give its formal reaction on the BNP chairperson's India tour.
After placing wreaths at the graves of 4 national leaders marking the jail killing day, Sayyid Ashraf, also the General Secretary of the ruling Awami League, said that the government has no objection to holding talks with the BNP to decide electoral system for the next national elections.
We invited them for talks to find a way out for the next general elections in the light of the current constitution. We want to ensure free and fair elections amid participation of all. It is not that much important to make a formal invitation in politics. How do you even know that no talks are taking place?
About the BNP chairperson's India tour, Syed Ashraf said that the Awami League will formally give its reaction on the tour at a press conference later.
As far as I know, Khaleda Zia could meet whomsoever she wanted. We know the topics of discussions that you people don't know. She has made some pledges to the Indian government. We'll inform you about all those.
The Awami League leader also stated that Khaleda Zia's India tour is nothing but a regular political incident.
Meanwhile, BNP chairperson Khaleda Zia has returned from her week-long tour of India. The plane carrying the opposition chief landed at Hazrat Shah Jalal International Airport in Dhaka at about 3 this afternoon. The BNP leaders welcomed their party chief at the airport. Earlier in the day at Delhi Airport, Khaleda had told journalists that her tour had been highly successful. She went to Delhi on the 28th of October on an invitation from the Indian government. During the tour, she held talks with President Pranab Mukherjee, Prime Minister Manmohan Singh and opposition leader Sushma Swaraj on a wide range of bilateral issues. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has invited Vietnamese entrepreneurs to invest in Bangladesh. She said that increased Vietnamese investment in Bangladesh will bolster the existing friendly relations between the two countries. The Premier made the call at a meeting of a business forum in the Vietnamese capital Hanoi today. Hasina also termed Vietnam one of the friendliest countries to Bangladesh. She said that the two countries should work unitedly on issues such as trade and commerce and food security. Foreign Minister Dipu Muni, FBCCI President A.K. Azad, Vietnamese cabinet members and several business persons were present in the meeting.
I just had a friendly and fruitful discussion on issues of mutual interest of our two countries, trade and investment, regional and international matters, and pressing issues of global warming and climate change. We discussed about food security, cultural exchange, and other issues. I'm happy to say that both countries share similar views of these issues. After a long interval of exchange of visits,
the Bangladesh Embassy in Washington has sought the U.S. State Department's permission for an exclusive meeting with Rezwanul Ahsan Nafis. Bangladeshi youth Nafis, who went to the USA on a student visa, has been detained for an alleged terror plot to blow up the Federal Reserve Bank in New York. Meanwhile, his father in Dhaka has expressed his willingness to meet his only son.
Nafis is now incarcerated in the Brooklyn jail on charges of plotting to blow up the Federal Reserve Bank of the U.S. in New York. Since his arrest, Nafis has repeatedly declined to meet Bangladeshi diplomats in the U.S. Meanwhile, the father of Nafis says that he eagerly waits to see his son.
Is there any father who does not want to see his son? I wholeheartedly want to meet him, but I won't be able to help him. Perhaps I won't be allowed to even see him.
The Bangladesh Embassy in USA yesterday wrote a letter to the US State Department requesting for a meeting with Nafis. This was the second such attempt from the embassy.
We have again requested the US State Department to arrange a meeting between Nafis and us somehow. We want to listen to his statement directly. I think it is necessary for us.
The ambassador also said that they will soon be informed if they can reach Nafis directly.
We have requested them and hopefully will get the response shortly.
However, it has not been decided yet whether any lawsuit will be carried out against him.
We now move to Adnan Hussain for some more news. Over to you, Adnan.
Thank you. Home Minister Mohiuddin Khan Alamgir has said that the investigation into the murders of journalist couple Sagar Sarwar and Mehrun Rooney is at the final stage. He added that the statement regarding the probe will be made soon. The minister made the comments after a meeting of the monitoring cell on the sensational cases at the Secretariat today. MK Alamgir said that the investigation into the murder of the journalist couple has been accelerated. He claimed that the investigation officers have got some new information about the murders. The progress of the other sensational cases were also discussed at the meeting.
We are committed to carrying out investigation at the desired pace. We will very soon make a statement after concluding the investigation.
BNP leader Maudud Ahmed has said that the government wants to abandon the Podda Bridge project to save itself from the blame of corruption. The BNP Standing Committee member was speaking at the program in the capital today. At the program, Maudud said that once the investigation into the Podda Bridge corruption is completed, everyone will come to know about the corruption by this government. That's why the government is creating such a situation that the World Bank steps aside from the project. He also warned the government against playing what he calls a hide-and-seek game with the World Bank.
The government wants to abandon the Podda Bridge project because once the probe ends, it will be proved that everyone in the government is corrupt. And to evade the blames and criticism that will overwhelm the government, they want to scrap the project. It's all the same for the government whether the Podda Bridge is built or not.
Pro-BNP lawyers of Bangladesh Bar Council have protested the government's move to amend the Bar Council Act. At a media briefing in the capital today, Bar Council Vice Chairman Khondokar Mahbub Hussain said the new ordinance has stripped Bar Council of its power to enroll law practitioners. He added that the amendment has illegally curtailed the power of elected committee of the Bar Council. The Bar Council leader also announced protest rallies of the lawyers across the country on the 8th of November to demand cancellation of the new ordinance. The Pakistan government is reportedly planning to introduce a bill in the parliament that will convert death penalty into life imprisonment. The bill is likely to be tabled in the coming session of the National Assembly. According to the Dawn newspaper, President Asif Ali Zardari is keen on the issue and wants to pass the bill before the end of the current government in 2013. Rebels in Syria say that they have launched a major offensive to capture a key airbase in the north of the country. Video posted on the internet showed fighters attacking the Taftanaz base in an attempt to control a strategic zone between Syria's two biggest cities, Aleppo and Damascus. The video said the rebels group involved included several brigades of the Free Syrian Army and the radical Islamist Al-Nusra Front. The UN has said that the video could be an evidence of a war crime. That's all from me. Back to you, Saldia.
Thanks, Adnan. Now on to sports and chess. Grandmaster Inamul Hussain Rajib of Bangladesh has won the Vizag Grandmasters International Open Chess Tournament in India. He became the champion after drawing with India's international master G.A. Stani at Andhra Pradesh in India today. Meanwhile, another Grandmaster of Bangladesh, Ziaur Rahman, beat India's international master B.S. Shivanand, while Grandmaster Abdullah Al-Raqib pulled a draw with India's K.S. Rangun Andon. However, Grandmaster Niaz Murshid lost in his last round match. And that's all for now. You can get more news and updates from independent television through your mobile phones. For breaking news, go to your mobile message option, type start, space B and send to 16232. For daily news updates, type start, space DN and send to 16232. You can also call 16232 from any operator to listen to the latest headlines in Bangla. That's all from us for tonight. See you tomorrow at 8 p.m. Thank you and stay tuned.
Good night.